Okay, that seems to be running. My microphone is being very weird lately, so I have no idea if it is actually working. There's a friend in the chat. As with all streams, the first 5 minutes is going to be, is the sound working / a good volume. Also, I have a snack. Let me know if you can hear the crunching, because I may have to mute while I eat. Tweet and stuff. Twitter all good. Also, I notice the sound stops every time I tap out, so that's nice. Let's put this in the group thing. Let's put that there, so that Curls and Kay can see if they want to come join. Right. Okay. Let's bring that up. Okay, Divinity. Play single player because I've actually only played this game multiplayer with some of my friends. I've not actually done single player. I'm guessing I'm going to want to play Explorer mode because I love exploring. Story and exploration over combat. That's probably what I'm going to go for. Tactician mode, not me. That's the spook mode, that is. Honor mode. Ooh. Oh, that's roguelike illusion save data. Yeah, I'm a filthy casual and I'm going to go Explorer mode. This game is so pretty. And character creation is fantastic. Love the character creation. You're so pretty! Okay, so you've got all your origins, and you've got your good old fantasy dwarves, elves, humans, and then you've got lizards! And I love lizards! First character I made was a lizard. All the characters I've made thus far in this game have all been based off my D&D characters. And my first lizard is based off a D&D character I've not even played. It's just like a race and class concept I came up with. Though I did have the idea of making my Dragonborn Paladin in here, of Battle Mage, and with, instead of skills in Aerothurge, it was Hydrosophist, which gave healing spells, and that was essentially how I made my Paladin. Well, how I was going to make my Paladin. That one there, Restoration. But we're not playing my Paladin today, because I already know who I'm playing. Let's have a look back through here. Oh yeah, and there's undead variants of everything as well. So, undead dwarves, undead elves, undead human, undead lizard. And then, these are the pre-made characters that have their own stories. And you get to meet them all in the sort of starting bit of the game. Now, I think you can get them into your party. I've not tried because I had a full party because I was playing with people the first time I played this. And yeah, so this we're going to try something different today. We're actually going to be playing one of these guys, and we're going to play this person here. Sebille, I think her name is pronounced. I don't think I've heard it said in game, though I'm sure I will once I start playing as her. And, yeah, for those who don't know, the entire reason that I'm going to play this character is that she is basically another one of my D&D characters. I don't need to make my rogue, because my rogue is already in this game, all the way down to the scar on the face, and let's just call him a bit of a dick. Because the DM is watching. So yeah, we're going to play as this person, and because I'm basically going to be playing her as my rogue, she is going to be a rogue. Not a Shadow Blade, because Shadow Blade is stabby stab and magic, and Delmara is not a magic user in D&D. In this game, I think a lot of the roguey stuff is kind of like shadow magic, kind of. But we're being as close as we can be. So I get this weird flesh sacrifice thing that elves can do, which is kind of creepy, but they can do it in this game. They eat the flesh of people. Well, they don't even have to eat it, apparently they can just lick it, but they can eat the flesh of people to learn what they have done, which is very creepy. And this particular person has break the shackles, which again is appropriate. So, just have a quick listen to her origin, which will also help with volume.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
So yeah, that's Sebille's backstory. And for those who watch Blood and Sand / take part in it, it's a very familiar backstory. It's creepily similar. That's why I'm going to play as her, because I don't need to make Delmara my character because she's already in the game. So we're just going to go through all this. All of this is basically spot on. I can't change the name anyway. Just go through this again. Movement speed, yep. Weapons, dual wielding, yes. Sneaking or thievery. She's technically a thief spec, but I feel like sneaking is going to be of more use immediately. Because Delmara is a thief archetype, but her stealth score is the same. Just flat out. 1 AP worth of free movement, very good. I'll probably start with that. Ambidextrous I'll probably take later because she's ambidextrous. There's quite a few down here that are quite good. Opportunist as well. Attacks of opportunity. Probably going to stick with that. I don't think I can change this. An instrument, which I don't know the relevance of. If it plays in the background, I've never noticed. like the flute. The flute just seems very elvish to me. Okay. Well, I think in the very start of the game there's not a lot to lockpick aside from that one door, and I won't have any lockpicks, so I'll go with stealth. Oh, hello. A person has arrived. Thank you. Oi! Oi! Excuse me. Thievery runs in the family. Almost half a bag. Alright. Well, this is what we're going to start with. Oh yeah, this is finesse and constitution. If we're being accurate, Damara has terrible constitution, but I think for the sake of this game I need to have a couple of points in it. Because I'm going to be by myself, at least for the start. Critical chance. Tech traps and chasers. Going to put points into that, definitely. Intelligence is all like your magic stuff, so that's probably not going to be needed. Strength I don't think is going to be needed. It is her weakest. So we'll go with that.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Alright, so here we are.
Ugh, what a dismal way to wake. In the belly of the beast. Let's see if I can grope my way out.
Let's see if I can remember how to play. There's something I can steal. Let's go over here and talk to this person.
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough.
Nice
In
bit
fact,
of work,
you seem
even if I
quite
do say
averse
so
to
myself.
spending time with the others. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon? Oh, I'd be quite annoyed with you if you didn't look so honestly perplexed.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Don't like it. It would help if my speaker wasn't in the way of the bottom corner of my screen.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Stingtail. Oh, got a name now.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
Ah, okay. So it still works, she's looking to get rid of it. Interesting.
But who?
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Yes, well observed. Don't mind me.
Oh, where did I leave my
everywhere.
calipers?
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Don't try me.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
I'm good.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Level 10 door. Oh boy, let's not start that.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
Yeah, see, when I played before, I was sat here.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying
There's a
on.
box around here, if I recall.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Oh, there you are. Wife.
Take me to dinner first.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly, deathly allergical.
You are chill, aren't you? I ain't saying nothing.
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods pointedly at the excited children.
Who indeed? Why, my name is, Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb.
The children break out into giggles.
I say, it is.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
I like her.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Insufferable, surely. What are you trying to hear anyway?
You'd presume right.
But the problem is that when playing Calamara, she hates everybody. I am much different. I like everybody, basically. Yep.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Bye!
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
I spoke to this guy before and he was a jerk. The others I have not spoken to.
Did you see the body? They ought to let you taste a bit. Maybe you'd find out who done it.
Is that a...
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Nothing else I can read, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that? I don't intend to do away with the custom.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a Ghetto to me. Listen, if you're interested. Or get gone if you aren't. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger. It's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that. Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
Yep, that would happen.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for... Yes, Only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here. Ha, no indeed, girl. But that ain't my final destination.
Hello! Hi, Dave.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, girl.
Woo! Having that. I'll take that. And I'll put it on my head. Video games! Hide it because I feel stupid.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern.
Alright, let's go talk to this prat again.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce. Well, well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious me, what a...
Damara would not like that person. Can I talk to you, or... clicking on everything but her?
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Oh my. Excuse me.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben.
Oh, lucky find.
I'll take that.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine. Wolves around a campfire.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish.
Hey, Toby.
There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this trampy fan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing.
Charming.
Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
That has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing
No.
about sauce.
The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Not eager to bow before the great Bishop Alexander, son of the Divine himself. My sentiments exactly. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf. What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. and that bee is me.
Name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty.
So there's all the charming characters, which if you were here earlier you would have seen you could pick from to play as or create your own. I'm playing as Sebille, who would be sat in this chair if I wasn't playing as her.
Never thought you'd end up
Hey! Oh dear. You just barks at me. You can speak with animals in this game if you pick the right thing. Which I have not done on this character because she does not speak to animals. Oh, I forgot to talk to this guy.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Fascinating.
It's like when anybody meets Blue the Wolf for the first time.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
I am not as brittle as all that, young lady. My fingers will hardly... Although perhaps you mean... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult. You have my apologies, fellow elf. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you.
The elf cautiously watches as you leave.
Well,
Here's the register, ma'am. Good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
And in here,
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
it's a very short encounter. Oh, hello. Oh, bye.
What's happened?
Yeah, I got XP for being knocked on the floor. I'm gonna take this, and also this, and that, and that, and also this. When you're playing a rogue, loot everything. Ooh. Sure, I'll take all of that. This is what I mean when I refer to people as being turned into jam. Nothing else around here. Wrong button. That one. That was already on my hotbar. Okay, I'll leave that there then. Can I pour the water barrel? Probably, but I don't know how.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
And then through here, as I recall.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
I don't have any lockpicks. Attack the door! This is going to work really slowly. Got there in the end. Haha! I've bested the door. Hello? The one day where my dad comes up and says, "It's your turn to make the tea," and I'm just like, I'm in the middle of something. About to start combat. Put these on. How do you actually stealth in this game? Is there a button or... How do you stealth? That's the stealth mechanic? Okay. I was expecting something more like WoW, where you sort of like crouch and blend in, but no, just, yeah. That's cool. Dang it, I need longer range.
Like a fine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Sorcerer mutiny!
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Right, okay. I am not very strong. I don't currently have great intelligence either. Or wits, because I'm on my starting stats.
The Magisters look to each other. Then
your lies end.
Dang it! Did I even get my, like, damage off on him? Apparently I didn't. Take that guy out. Like that. Throw a knife at him. Nice. I don't have enough energy to do that, so... come over here so he has to use more movement to get to me. Oh, he isn't going to come towards me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, now he comes towards me. That's not very nice. Is that on my shield? It is, isn't it? Yeah, physical armor. My backstab isn't ready yet. That's better.
Alexander, the boy bishop that would rule the world. Oh, the folly of youth.
Ooh, a letter. Read that later. Ooh, tea! Thank you. I will when I'm not doing stuff. Hey, hey! Mwah, thank you. Yes, I am a little sucker. Ah, that is boiling hot. Where was I? Ah yes, I was looting. The desk. Darn it, why don't these people have anything? I'll take that as well. God damn it, I need some lockpicks. This is the least Elmara way to open a door. Ooh, that looks nice. And slightly on fire. Only slightly. I'll have that. Thank you.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick.
So you say quick, but loot.
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
Oh, 100 gold, dang. Read those later, because the ship is sinking. Okay, so... Hey! That's how you do that. this guy again.
You pass through the door and are
Except he
suddenly
looks
face
different.
to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
He has a fair point.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore.
That's fair, that's fair.
You, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick, frustrated movement.
I am trying to discover if there is anyone worth saving, and I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on, go, swim or drown or do whatever takes your fancy. I have a book to read.
If I'm playing Delmara, then I have to basically become enemies with everybody. But I won't, because I like the lady that I met earlier. She was very nice. And she called me her wife. You know something's about to happen because the game just saved. That's nice. I don't want to lose 2 action points next turn. Fireball. Can't backstab it because of the poison. Apparently I didn't need to. Loot this guy without poisoning myself. He doesn't even have anything. What a disappointment. Oh right, the Kraken.
A lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
See, that's the Delmara option, but I don't want to, because I want to go to the lower deck and help people. What do I do? My wife!
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
I mustn't forget my wife. But first I will steal this book.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
yourself up the ladder. There's a wait. Voidwoken!
I've faced worse.
They who are about to triumph salute.
Nice.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
Are there any left except for this one? You could have hit me!
Harry, this old tub is about to burst.
Let's head above decks for some.
We need to wait!
There's no time.
I'm right there! Someone grab me!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it? Got cold hands. Time is it? 10:30. Go on for a little bit. I'm in the middle because I'm important. There we go.
I've danced with death before, but that was a particularly intimate waltz. I suppose I'm the lone survivor. How jolly.
Ooh, there's a lot of things to read, including the letters I found. Hello, welcome to Hoarders. game saved, so that means something's about to happen.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
I'm sorry, but this just looks so stupid. Damn it. Okay, so it did actually take damage from my sneak, which is nice. Bollocks. Double bollocks.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Ah, that's useful. Something I'll probably never do.
Magister Jalen from the ship. I would have chosen a swifter death for him myself.
Should probably go back and look at the other thing over here.
Brachus Rex, ruler to some, tyrant to others, long dead to all.
Those are some very loud and obnoxious seagulls. This leads nowhere. Guess I could go speak to the kid.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Pa told me elves and lizards and dwarves bring bad guys. Void guys. That's right, isn't it?
That's racist. Hi, Cole. Love you too.
I guess I'm a sorcerer too. That's why I'm here, right? And you too?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
They could be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary.
Then I'm not trying hard enough. This kid has lockpicks! Lockpicks that I can buy! Would you like a stick? Would you like a piece of paper? Like a seashell? I'll hang on to all this stuff. How do I offer gold? blind. Can I split the stack, please? How much was it? 29.
You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary.
Oh. Be nice if the game made that more clear. Wonderful, I have lockpicks now. Goodness, I've got quite a crowd in here tonight. Right, where do we go from here? Oh, a sharp rock! That'll be effective against something. It's this jerk. Oh dear, he survived. And now he's staring moodily into the distance. Let's have a look around here, because I didn't go this way before. Oh, mushrooms.
A black cat. Beauteous creature. Almost as graceful as I am.
Hello.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
I have a cat now, so that's nice.
I wonder where this leads.
I am over encumbered already. Don't need the stick. Oh, I never used that key. As for the ship, I don't need this key anymore, do I?
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger.
Bugger.
How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Isn't that what Nemo always says? How are you today? I'm buoyant.
Oh yes, an exceptionally common but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal. Oh, get away! Monster! Hide the children! Oh, you are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. Simply put, I am an Eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies.
That's rude!
Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent. At least from this realm. As for the others... Well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
If you were wondering, those observant of you will have noticed that my mug has changed. This is a heat change mug I got for Christmas. The pictures become more clear when my drink is warm. Is that some sort of cult?
Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
I think I'm done with this conversation.
Yes. Do feel free to call. By which I mean shout loudly. I do not want you sneaking up on me again.
But I'm so good at sneaking. And I have a cat with me. See, I'm a good sneaker. So sneaky, so sneaky. That's like, yeah, I don't particularly want to walk through that. How do I get that? I want it. How do I get past this?
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling.
You're being
the child's
noisy.
whimpers crescendo into wails. She doesn't lift her head.
Oh, God.
The child seems beside herself with sorrow, and...
Well, gotta commit now. Is there like a secret way? Oh, I thought I found it then. I want to get to that chest. There's a chest down there. I do not wish to steal things when this person can see me. They stealth like this, it's fine.
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late! Yes, Atusa. She is a lizard. She is a magister, but she is kind. She says there are many magisters who do not agree with the bishop. She says they bring us to safety. But Atusa is overdue. She promises to come at noon. We are afraid to stay, afraid to leave. Atusa is different. She does not believe in this place, in their bishop. She will come, and she will take us away from here. She says there is a shelter in the marshes outside the fort. She says she brings us there first. She knows a safe path. We wait for a boat, and then we go. Wherever we make a new home.
Can I use the stick that I found? And I poke it with a stick. I appear to have lost my cat. Something's about to happen because the game is saved. There's something buried around here, if I recall, but I don't have a shovel to dig it up. You think I should leave the turtles alone? Oh wait, did I level up? I did. Yeah, let's get that damage up. And wits. Combat abilities. Dual wielding. Thievery. Okay. I can't lower the stat core. I'm sorry, okay? I can't lower my stats. That was just the stats they gave me at the start of the game. She also has 11 Constitution, which is also inaccurate. I believe in-game Domara has 10 without her amulet on. She is frail. Oh, there's my cat. Good boy. Oh no, he is coming.
What's this? I found something.
I was going this way. Guessing I can't cross that either. Is there a grappling hook in this game? Grappling hook! Oh, hello. Not going to use that wand, but I'll take it. To sell. Something's about to happen because the game's saved.
Magister. Now, stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Torn between 1 and 6. Though 2 and 3 are also good. I don't know what to do in a situation like this. I mean, I think I know that this encounter will end the same way regardless.
Stay silent, elf!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Should I go back and tell that person? Oh, this is where I can do the gross elf thing. Yeah, this is gross. Elves can eat limbs and experience memories of the person to whom the limb belonged.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas! He must escape. He cannot die here. He...
Come on, Nixon.
Hey,
I find I need bread. I want no...
Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must respect.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
I know where she's going, because I followed her before.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Look at Scott. I'm going to shake his hand, I like
He
it.
grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
And Amara's hand is crushed.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
Mm-hmm. I've met people who are mercenaries.
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
I'm well acquainted with errands. Yep.
Ah, I knew there was a kinship of sorts about you. Same trade, different masters it looks like. If you're willing, we could work well together.
I like this guy even more now.
Why not help each other get out of here? The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood.
This dude's a werewolf.
Haven't quite worked
isn't
out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put.
he? This dude's a werewolf. It's got to be why the cat doesn't like him.
2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
He's a werewolf.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
Stick to Wayfarer.
Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Hey, I'm a party member. It's you there. Please, please.
Amidst
buy
a
some
crowd of
my
screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after?
Where's your over?
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? All manner of things. Have a look.
Ooh, lots of stuff. So I could probably craft like a dagger with that. Can you craft weapons? I know you can cook food and stuff. Not really going to be using spells too much. Empty bottle. Oh, that could be useful. Money. I will give you money for money. No. Get rid of that. Don't do that. Ooh, it's stolen though. Is she gonna complain that it's stolen? Crossbow, don't need. Pitchfork, don't need. Wand, don't need. That's actually better armor than what I'm wearing, weirdly. Wood. 60 gold, I know that's worth more.
Is that indigestion or is it... Oh god, not now.
Lots of fish. Oh, is this like Elder Scrolls where I have to eat stuff to learn what it does? Get drunk? Effects are known for a shell, right. Oh gosh, 11. Thanks, thank you. Just do this then. Ooh, I want money. How do I ask for money? Go on, make it a nice round number. If I could get the slider in position like that. Fine.
Not now.
Not what I wanted to do. $104, so you'll be happy with that. Okay, let's lighten the load a little bit.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Ooh, there's so much stuff to steal. No, I'm not stupid enough to try and steal stuff in the middle of a occupied town in broad daylight with a sneak skill of 1. Ouch, that was my hand. I didn't intend to do that. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock, which means I'm going to stop here. This is probably a good place to stop actually in the town. But yeah, so I played this a little bit with friends, and this is essentially me doing a single player run with the pre-made Sebille character, who is pretty cool. I like her. She is a lot like my D&D character.
All day, buddy.
So I'm gonna come here. Save. Yeah. Do a proper save. Okay, well, thanks for all of you guys coming. I wasn't expecting so many people to turn up. I'm gonna try. I keep telling myself to try and get into the habit to stream more regularly outside of D&D. We'll see if I keep to that habit. But in the meantime, we have Storm King's Thunder happening on Wednesday, so you can tune in for some D&D on Wednesday. And I'll see you when I see you. Good night, everybody. Mwah.